Gemini, welcome to your general overview and energy reading that is good for the next several weeks. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. We're going to go ahead and start off with the Moonology. Show me what I need to see, please, for that Gemini energy. Show me Gemini, please. Show me Gemini. What's going on? Okay. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous Moon, you're very close to achieving your goal. Okay. Anything you've been working towards, any sort of goal really, small, large, whatever it is, just please know that you are close to achieving it. Love, life, work, any of those things, I don't know. But keep on. You're close to achieving it. Now's not the time to rest. Alright? Now's not the time to rest. You're close to achieving your goal, and for some of you are in a period of rest until you know something is coming through. Okay? But for those of you who are working diligently for that goal to be achieved, keep going. Right? What's going on, please? You are close to achieving your goal. For some of you, it is some form of discipline and or enlightenment on the spiritual level that you want to amplify, get more in tune with. You'll get there too. What's going on, please, for, I don't know. Show me what I need to see, please, for that Gemini energy. What's going on? Gemini. Nine of Cups for some of you, getting in touch back with what pleases you, finding your happy zone again, your pleasure zones. Okay, what's going on? Seven of Wands, Justice, Four of Swords. Your energy's a little tight right now. It's a little edgy. Okay, a little defensive. That's all right. Justice, there is this sense of balance. There's an insistence here that things need to be corrected, and you want to achieve that. You're finding that difficult. You're finding it difficult to achieve some level of balance in your life. What that is, we'll see. Okay, we'll see what the Seven of Wands is about. It's a little bit of a defensive area for you, a little bit sensitive. In the Four of Swords, you're trying to show it some sort of relaxation, meditation, contemplation, consideration about what to do, how to fix a particular situation, how to justify it or show it balance. Okay, what that is, I do not know. We got some Libra energy here. That may not mean anything to you. Death. Queen of Wands. Queen of Swords. Well, now, that is some fascinating energy. Death, Scorpio, doesn't have to be. Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords. I'm not quite sure what's transforming and or coming to an end, but something might well be. I need to clarify. I potentially have two people here, or they both embody you. But there seems to be some sorts of concept here of an ending. Of what? I do not know. Let's keep going. Ten of Cups. Six of Cups. The Empress. Whatever that is, it seems to have been in the best interest. Lovers, that's you in your overview. Excellent. That's always very auspicious, and that's always a good thing. Excellent. Okay, so your energy is going to be very focused today. There's something back here that tells me I've been working to understand or trying to understand how to justify or balance something, to harmonize with it. And I haven't come up with that solution, so I keep resting on it because I don't have an answer. There is something here in the equation that says transformation must take place, and if not transformation, then something needs to end. I have two powerful figures here dictating some sort of ending. These could both be you, or they could be two people. Your future orientation is beautiful. So whatever sacrifices and or transformations were made, it was done so for love. Who this is to you, I do not know. But they are someone of great importance. And it's a soul bond energy, Six of Cups. A lot of love there, a lot. Highly productive, very loving, very nurturing, very caring, very responsive. You know, two people who love each other a great deal and have the opportunity to bring it together. It's very flourishing. Their love is unreal. And it's balanced and it's cohesive. It's all the beautiful things, honey. So, again, whatever transformation and or ending is here, it's most likely in the best interest. How else can you move forward? Sometimes, you know. I need to see if these are both you. Your energy's here, but someone else could be as well. I don't know. Your overview is the Lovers, which again is your energy. So, let's start right here. Show me. Underlying this deck is also you. Show me the Lovers, please. Show me the Lovers, please. Gemini's overview. This deck is a bit slippy. Okay. The Lovers, Two of Swords, you are confused. You're trying not to be. Queen of Swords here twice for you, so that's who you are. Nine of Cups, that's who you are. Well, we've identified Gemini. Your energy is here multiple times, which is great. Yeah, so the Nine of Cups, Queen of Swords, Two of Swords. There is some confusion in you, but it's confusion that suggests, I'm okay. I'm more than okay, actually. I'm pretty happy. And I may not always know what makes me happy, but for the most part I'm content. So Nine of Cups is our personal sense of pleasures, what makes us happy personally on an individual level. It's a 9. Okay, this is what I know feels good to me, and I have love in me. Okay, and sometimes it's not always clear. I may not always be in tune with my feelings every minute of the day. Okay, I may not be the most verbally expressive or romantic Gemini, but by God, my feelings are here, they're real, and they're with me. I'm pretty content, your energy's telling me. It's nice. It is nice. Okay, you feel content, and I'm guessing you're not the most verbally expressive Gemini when it comes to your sense of pleasures and love, and I feel good about this and I feel good about that, and you know, I'm just loving you today, honey. I don't really think you're that Gemini. I think you're that Gemini who classically, of course, when you feel good, and you show it through thought and action, but not necessarily verbal accolades. You know what I mean? So that's, but for the most part, I think your energy is quite content. And, you know, there's some confusion here around your expression. It's like, what do you mean you're confused by how I feel? You should know how I feel, right? It's that thing, and I'm sure you've heard it a million times. But for the most part, your energy seems largely content in and of itself. You seem pleased. Okay? A little bit of confusion here, but that's coming across as a form of expression to me. All right? But yeah, I don't know who's in there with you, or if there is, if you're just a generally content Gemini, which is always a good thing. We should always be so happy with ourselves as individuals first, right? But yeah, what your Two of Swords is, how far it goes, I'm not too worried about it, as long as you're not. I'm more curious about this piece, and what it is you consider it difficult to balance, and that you keep kind of going back to the drawing board on, about a situation, something that you understand, that you want to obtain, but you find difficulty with it, and it's like your energy says, I have to go back to the drawing board on this. I still don't know how to balance it. That seems to be the question. Show me that Seven of Wands. You are close to achieving your goal. I see that. That's a beautiful future. It is. The Seven of Wands, please, for Gemini. I do have to be a lot more careful with this deck. It's brand new and it's very, very, very slippy. I like it, but oh my goodness. Anybody who is not an experienced shuffler would have quite the time with this. Okay. Five of Wands, Queen of Wands. We got some heat on this. Five of Pentacles. Goodness me. Goodness me. Okay. So, there's a little bit more to this than meets the eye, yeah? Seven of Wands, Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles. There's breakage here. There's arguing. There's difficulty. Somebody's energy is a little insistent. I'm going to go ahead and take a guess. Of that person. Okay. I was wondering if it was both you. Now we know. Here you are. Here's somebody else. So the energy's consistent so far. I got 2 Queens of Swords and 2 Queens of Wands. Sex is irrelevant in tarot. It's about the energy. Okay. Somebody here a little insistent, you know, a little pushy, a little argumentative. There seems to be some point of contention here. Something that has been broken from. I'm not convinced necessarily that it's a full break at all. It's more like there's the strain. And in this person's mind and or energy, they're saying there's a fear of breakage at the back of it if we continue to pursue this argument or this, whatever this is. We've got defensiveness here, 7 of Wands. We've got anger, frustration, 5 of Wands. And I got some heat back in it with the Queen of Wands. So I know this person's a little ticked off. You know, something to do with their confidence, their passion. Perhaps they're a little hot-headed. I don't know. But there is this insistence here. I'm not done picking this fight. I'm not done picking this fight. In fact, somebody's a little sensitive about it at this point. So I don't know what point they're trying to make. I do know that they're insisting that they have to make the point, and they're not leaving it alone. But in the back of their mind, there is a fear of a 5 of Pentacles if this thing doesn't resolve. Now, how big that break is, I don't know. But it's like, I don't want to give this up. My energy still needs to be expressed. My thoughts, my feelings still need to be expressed. And I need that, I need that, I need that. And kind of behind their energy is a fear of breakage if this continues. So I don't really know what's prompting this frustration. The insistence too. It's a little sensitive. Very sensitive, if I'm being honest. Cross-watchers, don't take offense. It's not meant to be. I'm reading the energy as best as I can. And for everyone, regardless if it's your sign or the other person, you take what resonates, you leave it just not, and you reverse energies as it applies. And it may not apply to you at all. Ultimately, all tarot is timeless. What might have applied to you, say 2 or 5 years ago, may not until 2 or 5 years from now. Perhaps 2 weeks. Okay? That's it. So we have frustration elements here that are very, very difficult. And here's that concept of justice. How do we fix it? How do we balance it? You say you've got a bone to pick. You say you've got an argument. You say something's not right. You're saying something's not stirring the pot. Now, again, reverse energies. Just because I'm seeing 2 Queens of Swords doesn't mean it could be the other way around. It could be that it's you that's pushing a point. It could be you standing up for something that you really feel is not correct and you feel it needs to be corrected. And there's also, and if that's true then, I'm looking at a Gemini, if they continue to press their point with that kind of frustration and defensiveness, there is a fear of a break behind your mind if you keep doing it. Right? And there might have been threats of breakage or ultimatums. I don't know. So I know somebody here is doing the pushing. And the other person, it looks like, I believe, is on the receiving end. But we'll see. The point is how do we fix it? Justice. How do we bring balance to this situation? This frustration, where is it coming from? Because by all rights, Gemini, your energy is telling me it's actually pretty happy with itself. It's pretty content. So let's see what gets you into that place, because I'm seeing 2 people what looks like agreed upon ending to something. We'll see. Show me justice, please. Show me justice. Show me justice. How do I bring balance to this situation? How do we harmonize it? How do I fix it? Right? Going back to the drawing board, 4 swords, resting on it, trying to collect your thoughts together, your feelings on the situation. Okay, how to come up with the best possible solution. And we do want a solution here. Justice, the Fool, 4 of Pentacles, okay, 2 of Cups. There is this idea here that interesting. If you really wanted to fix the situation, if we really wanted to balance it, somebody here, the idea is that we need to open up. But the Fool, take a risk, take a chance, do something, take some sort of action out of good faith and will that things will work out. And that we default to our 2 of Cups and love for each other and understanding things will work out. Can we just calm the hell down? But the 4 of Pentacles here, somebody is kind of resisting that kind of leap of faith energy, that everything's going to be fine. The other person's like, it's not going to be fine. And I'm going to keep emphasizing that point. Something's going to get broken, Gemini. Okay, if we don't get... And the other person's energy is kind of... Maybe we should just take a leap of faith that everything's going to be fine and that it's going to work out. There is resistance to that. So it's like somebody's trying to put in the effort that things will work out if we just give it time, love, consideration of each other. Okay? And somebody's kind of withholding from that idea about the leap of faith and everything will work out in time. And somebody here is really terrified that either A, if they continue to press their point, it's going to lead to breakage in this connection, or B, they're trying to prevent a perceived breakage, and that's what the argument's about. Loss of money, loss of home, something like that. And it could have to do with the material world, yes. We need to prevent that, we need to prevent it, we need to prevent it. And the other person's like, I feel like things will balance and or harmonize in time. We just have to trust that. Okay? Be conservative with the coin in the meantime if it's a money issue. And trying to open up more to the possibility of optimism and that things will work out well. Okay, instead of sitting there stewing and worrying about it. You know what I mean? So one of you here is very, very concerned and keeps emphasizing the point without resolution. The other person feels that the resolution will present itself in time and that we need to have a certain level of faith about it. Okay? And Four of Swords. I don't think the other person's buying it very well. but it's kind of like, what else is there? Again, I'm looking at a Gemini who's fairly content about what they believe is correct. So your energy is telling me, Christina, is correct. I don't know everything. Okay, and I don't always know how to express what I feel. But I'm generally content and things will be okay. Okay? Let's take a look at this Four of Swords. Show me this Four of Swords, please. Now, how far back in the past this is, I do not know. I do not know. I see your energy as being a little bit more at peace compared to the person surrounding you. But again, it could reverse. Absolutely. King of Cups. Knight of Wands. Wow. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Somebody here goes into a quiet phase. The Four of Swords. This is our kind of mental retreat space where things are quiet, calm. It's reprieve. It's our chance to kind of set aside from everything else and have some time to ourselves. So in that respect, it is a form of healing. It's not huge, but it's what we can do in the moment when we have our quiet time. We go off, we listen to music, we go take a nap, we have some contemplation. It's just quiet. Four of Swords is just quiet. Just, okay? We're just alone with our thoughts in a calm way without influence. Okay? Going out for a walk, that kind of thing. It's personal and it's internal. So the King of Cups, Knight of Wands. That's a gorgeous energy. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous, right? It's about having the fullest of love and the fullest of heart spaces, and then also a fair amount of passion. The passion, the energy, right, for the fullest of hearts. Two of Pentacles, confused by those concepts. It's, I do feel, Gemini, that this is you. And in your quiet moments, you contemplate the energy, where it's going, what it means, your actions, where does it come from? Does it come from love? Does it come from drive? Does it come from ambition? You really are trying to understand how to best formulate a balance here with your person in a way that shows love, productivity, optimism, and it's kind of like I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to say it in a way that will make my person feel better or believe in the situation more. And again, it's kind of like I wish I could bring it forward in a way that they could understand it, because I really do feel like things will be okay if we just give it faith and time. And always from the perspective of mutual respect and love of each other, right? And it's kind of like I wish I knew what I could do or say to make my person feel better and mean it from a place of sincerity. And for some reason that gets hard for you. It gets mixed up a couple of times. I've seen that. You want the energy to be in the right place. You want it to be from a good space. You want it to be productive. You want it to be healthy, alive, and flowing, right? And I feel like you're... Why are you having to contemplate that, though? Why? Is it because you're having a hard time trying to convey those concepts to your person? You know, like they need more reassurances, a lot of reassurances. And you can't give them that at this time, whatever this problem is. You can't give them those reassurances at this time, other than the fact that, honey, or whoever, mom, dad, whatever, we just have to trust that things are going to be okay. Because I feel that they will be. I'm looking at a very kind of optimistic, it's going to work out for the best Gemini. Again, you admit that you don't know everything and you don't always know how to express yourself verbally the way you want, specifically in relation to how it would make your person feel better. But there is this sense of, I understand I'm trying to harmonize the situation. I understand I'm trying to balance it. I understand that you were frustrated and angry and that you were afraid of breakage. I don't know. I don't know. Are we switching? Ten of Cups is underlying again. Show me death. Ten of Wands. End of the burden. Ten of Cups. The relationship's ending. Okay. At this time, I believe. I got a 10 negative and a 10 positive over death. It feels like the love for this situation's dying, or it's so burdensome it can't be carried anymore. It's on the downline too. Or at least somebody feels that way. That this is a strain or a 10 of Cups that cannot be carried or maintained. And I have to agree, if it's that egregious, if that person really needs to cut out because they can't be reassured, there you are. You know? I know that you might have this sense of things will work out in time. You'll see it. You'll see it. So who's calling it that way is kind of irrelevant to me. I see a 10 of Cups ending and a 10 of Cups entering at this point. It could be that this person just cannot be reassured. Sense of security, frustration, developments, love, passion, whatever. Someone here is clearly discontent and the other person keeps trying to put on or forward this energy if it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But I raised an eyebrow over here, Gemini, that I know you want to express to your person the love you feel and the passion that you feel, the energy you feel. And I know it comes across sometimes as confusing, like you don't know what the right words are to say to this person to soothe them or to make them feel better. If someone's determined to see something from a negative point of view, you can't help that. There's not enough, you could say, in the world to make an insecure person feel more secure unless they were already healthy to begin with. Everybody has insecurity issues, and if you are with a really good, supportive, loving person, okay, they know how to assuage those insecurities. They know where they're coming from. They don't play pin the tail of the donkey or make you feel bad about it. They just know how to say or do the right thing to get them out of that space. But what happens when you can't get your person out of this space of negativity, defensiveness, frustration, possibly anger? Yes. They're so concerned about breakage that they, in fact, might be making it happen. Because it's like, okay, I'm trying to open up good faith and will. And then you, I'm sorry, back to my point, the reason why you're raising an eyebrow is not only because you want to know what else you can say from a genuine space to express yourself, but also maybe you're contemplating too what your feelings for the situation were now. You know? If someone can't meet you in that space of good faith and love, and it's very quiet. I want to dig a little more on this. Maybe in this process you have begun to doubt or question your own love energy for this, if someone's so disproportionately different from you in terms of spirit and thinking. That's part of that as well, no doubt. But death is here claiming something. And it's claiming what looks like a decade that is complete. Double decade. 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. That's cycle complete. So, not all is lost. Not that I see it. Not all is lost. For you have a beautiful future, I believe. Perhaps you two might turn it around. I don't know. That's pretty claiming, isn't it? Yes? Queen of Wands, this person appears, excuse me for the second time. Show me the Queen of Wands, please. Show me this Queen of Wands. Let's do one more. Show me the Queen of Wands, please. King of Swords. Oh boy. Determination. 9 of Pentacles. 5 of Cups to be on their own. Alright. If that's what they need to do. Or if that's what you need to do. I really can't tell. The energy is so interchangeable at this point. You're both showing me consistently sword and fire. Or I'm sorry. Sword and wand. Air, fire. It's... Somebody here is showing equal determination. 9 of Pentacles. I gotta go my own way. I'm sad and I'm sorry. 5 of Cups. But this is how it has to be. And it could well be you, because it's dead center reading at this point. Again, you have to figure out who's who. So explain your 9 of Cups over here. Wow. Let's see that Queen of Swords, please. I gotta go my own way. And I understand that energy. And if that is indeed true, then that is indeed true. Because sometimes you do indeed need to go your own way, especially if somebody cannot get on board or on the same page with you in terms of goals and values and holding out certain faith for things. This is what we can change. This is what we cannot change. This is how things can get better. This is how they may not get better. And there is this insistence here that somebody's holding on to fear as well as the frustration that something's going to end. And they were indeed correct. And the other person was trying to show a great deal of goodwill and faith that things will be fine if you just allow it. If you just give it more time and space, and you and I continue to connect through a space that is love instead of arguing, we can find a way. But this is very interesting. Like I said, I want to get back to it. I don't want to forget that. There's something else here cooking in your restful energy. Knights of Swords, the Four of Swords, taking action, constant justice. Okay. Mm-hmm. Having thought about it, that Four of Swords again, taking action towards justice. Could be somebody's making a last-ditch effort. Come rescuing in, try to re-achieve the balance, it's more like contemplation. Somebody's thinking about it. It's a lot of air here. Libra, a lot of Libra. A lot of Libra, possibly another Gemini. Fire sign as well. Somebody might be inclined to put in a last-minute effort to try to correct the situation. But it seems like rushing in and cutting out might be the best thing to do. If this person does indeed need to go their own way, then let them. You know, if anything else, funny for your peace of mind. And perhaps you learn that's what the correct balance actually is. You know, maybe that's, Gemini concludes, is the real balance, is to cut them loose. If they gotta go, they gotta go. You do it with some sense of coldness and swiftness. And I don't say I blame you. They seem to be determined to leave. Like I said, if that's what they were so concerned about with from the very beginning, it's like, well, there it is. I don't know if this person put down ultimatums or they threatened to leave already or anything like that. It's something I can't peg down, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. You know, somebody needs to go, let them go. If they're yours, they'll stay. That's usually how it works. I know you tried to meet this with a good sense of will and optimism. Things will work out if we just let it work out. But somebody was still kind of resistant to that kind of thinking or feeling. Okay. Let's get on to your future, which, if I'm being honest with you, is quite lovely. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, the Empress. Tell me we turn that frown upside down. Some of that 10 of Cups, please. That is very swift action on your part. But it's also like, I see you doing the Four Swords and Justice again. It's like, you know what, maybe this is actually the correct form of balance, is to cut this out. I can't make them happy, and they don't seem to be happy. They don't seem to be pleased. So there you are then. Feeling like this possibly was the best decision for you, which makes a lot of sense. Show me that 10 of Cups, please. Show me that 10 of Cups. Goodness me. I don't think you're trying to bring the band back together, if I'm being honest with you. 10 of Cups, the High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles. Slowly but surely you will enter into a new love union. Okay. It's right there. You will enter a new love union in time. I promise. It might arrive slowly, but it's coming. You will enter into a new love union. One that's quite strong. And plentiful, I must say. I think also, too, you feel it. It's nice to see your intuition. I don't know when this happened. I can kind of see it playing out over a period of time. This person was so concerned about breakage, they in fact either caused it or it's what they wanted to do. And you know what, Gemini? There's something to that. And I'll tell you why. They wanted to break. You know how it is when... I've experienced this multiple times in my life. You know how it is when someone can't be the bad guy? They can't. The bad guy. The one who does the right thing, actually. They honor their sense of feeling. They don't want to be with that person anymore. They own it. They cop to it. They do the hard thing. They separate. Okay? Understanding that they are no longer a good fit or they're not right for them anymore. So that's actually not the bad guy. That's actually the good guy. Because they're doing themselves a favor and the other person a favor. If they can no longer commit to or feel for the relationship like they once did. That is the good person. That is the upstanding person. That is the person we should applaud. Because it helps minimize long-term damage when somebody can cop to what's really going on in their existence. That way I'm not wasting my time anymore. You're not wasting your time anymore. And we could both move on with our lives. I could find someone that's more compatible to me. You as well. Okay? That's actually the good person. The actual bad person is someone who can't own it. They won't say it. So what they do is that they make themselves worked up, upset, constantly bickering, henpecking, minimizing, overreacting, anger and frustration, and they'll do that for months and years. So when their person turns around and cuts them loose, I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? I've been here this whole time. Yeah, clearly unhappy too. But they wouldn't do a damn thing about it. They needed the other person to be the bad guy. When all they did was degrade themselves, lower themselves, because they can't do what's right for them. This person looks frustrated and unhappy, and they've been fearing breakage for a long time, or that that's in fact what they wanted, and acted like they didn't. And that's where the conflict comes in, but they couldn't do it, right? And you're over here being optimistic to the point that it breaks my heart. Somebody is. Just give it time. We'll balance it out. We come from the space of love, right? So, your reaction, and I do believe this is you, it's somebody. Somebody says, I want to go, or I gotta go now. So sorry. Given this 10 and 10 over death energy, somebody enacted on it from at least one side. But your reaction, though, Gemini, instead of you going back to the drawing board, I know some of you will be tempted to try to put it back together. I don't think so, but just to let you know. This time when you go back to the drawing board, Four Swords, and you think about justice, you're like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm going to let you go. And you do it swiftly, very swiftly. There's very little hesitation in that energy. You want to cut this out as soon as possible. Somebody does. So who pulled the trigger? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. All I know is it's like, you know what? This is what you want. You got it. This is what you want. You got it. You know? Sometimes the real bad guy puts the other person in the position of being a bad guy. And I feel like that's what the dynamic is I'm seeing. Somebody was so miserable, bitchy, argumentative, defensive, uptight, angry, passive. That's a big one in my book. I can't stand passivity. You know, give it to me straight, or what's the point? That's my thing. I hate the backhandedness. I hate mind games. I hate all that crap. Just be forward, right? But pushy, sensitive, and they made somebody else the bad guy, so they did what the other person didn't have to do. I believe. Because your reaction to it is, you want to go? Fine. Fine. You want to be free? Be free. Be free. Be free. You do you. Right? I don't know. Either way, you seem to be a lot more satisfied. Your personal energy seems to be easier. I don't know if it was a money thing. I don't know if it was a security thing. I don't know if it was a lack of love or passion, which is interesting because I see both under your contemplation. Maybe at some point you begin to wonder, At some point you began to wonder if they actually love you. or have strong feeling for you. Because you keep trying to show your best efforts in a way that's calm, reasonable, and from a loving space. Something about that puts you into your Four of Swords. If I know, what are their feelings then? Maybe that's where the confusion is. You want to know where their good love energy is and where their good passion energy is. I see. That lended to your action down here. That's a hard thing to process, Gemini. There's something about that bad guy energy you recognized, didn't it? They're putting me in a position where I'm pushing them away. What does that say about their feelings towards me? Sometimes it takes me a minute to get there, honey, but eventually I do. Okay. Tarot reading for me is a lot like leaving a bookmark in a book. I have to bookmark several points. I need to get to that point, back to that point. I need to reread that paragraph. That's how I read, more or less. That's how I read, but that's based on intuition and experience. When something tells me you're not done with that thought, I bookmark it and try to go back to it. That's exactly what happened. Okay, because sometimes things hit you hard and you need next to no. You need next to no interpretive skills whatsoever. You could be day one on the tarot job, day one intern, and you would be like, I don't think that's going to work out. Okay. And then there's things like this that are quiet, soft, and contemplative, and that's where the motivation gets fuzzy. So that's real tarot. Real tarot reflects real life. Okay, and that's what I do. I hope you know that, and I hope you understand that's why my videos are often in excess of an hour. Well, that's what I do, baby. And hopefully you appreciate it, and if you do, put it in the comments. Trust me, honey, I need it. Sometimes I need the extra pep talk because people can get right up my ass about how long these videos are. Anyway, I appreciate you. That's my point. Ten of Cups, but as you cut this person out, you cut them loose. You know what? I finally know how to balance this situation. You want out? Get out. You will enter into a new union. When? I don't know. I just know it takes time. A little bit. Knight of Pentacles goes at his own pace, man. I just know that it's beautiful. It's lovely. I got a Six of Cups here with the Empress. It could be a new soul bond that you have yet to meet because it's under the future orientation. Or it is someone whom you know and whose cups you are familiar with. Time is built into this, okay? And then we have the Empress, loving, eternal, protective, okay? High value connection here. Very high value connection here. And I'm have to insist it's emotionally resplendent, like you will never feel a lack of love again. Okay, show me that Six of Cups, please. You will never have to guess this person's emotionality. I know that. I know that. It's completely different. The energy is so different. And my point is, honey, as you exit 110, which, trust me, by the time you get here, I promise you, you'll be ready to let it go. By the time you get here, you'll be ready to let it go. Remember, they helped you with that process. It's not you being cruel. They helped you get there. Remember that. Six of Cups. I might have to put, yes. Okay. Show me that Six of Cups, please. I gotta remember to do a time check. It might be upwards to a year from now, but I'm not sure. Show me that Six of Cups. Page of Swords, we do know this person. We talked to them. Two of Wands. The Moon. This is someone whom we know. What am I trying to say? And it could be Pisces. It could be that simple. Show me the moon, please. This could be someone whom you know, who's always had kind of a torch for you. They've always had sort of cups for you. They've always had a sort of love for you. You may not have necessarily known it, okay, especially if it's under the moon, but you are somewhat familiar with their energy. To what extent, I don't know. You may not know how deep their feelings for you go. It could still be a new person. But this is someone whom you do seem to share some sort of knowing bond with. And you seem to trust their emotions immediately, like you don't question it at all. Because you enter into that Ten of Cups so boldly and so confidently, you know. Strength. Yeah. Very strong feelings for you that they might have refrained from or you did not know of. How you two will connect or reconnect, I could not say. But you know, I believe who they are. I believe. Don't get me wrong. Could be brand new. And you just don't know it. The moon, you may not have met the Six of Cups yet. Again, Six of Cups, when it's under future orientation, can be a new bond. Okay? But yes, also, too, could it be a pre-existing? For some of you Geminis, it's going to be half and half. And you being who you are, I know you appreciate that. While I know it's going to frustrate you, it's also going to captivate your potential interest. So, yeah, honey, it's up in the air. You have an ace as well as a 10 and a 6 with this person. So yeah, for some of you, it is someone you have yet to meet and you don't know who they are at all. For others of you, you know who it is. You are familiar with their cups to some extent, which would explain why some of you are marching in so boldly and declaratively of claiming those cups, because you know that they're solid. Those are solid cups. Those are solid cups you're walking into. And that means you have confidence when you approach this, but it's not coming from an incorrect place. It was like everything that was leading up to this was leading up to your future too. Okay? Without the exit of one, you could not have entered the other. It's kind of transitional. Well, most of these things are transformation. I will try to do a time check on this. I don't need to go back to. I've got that bookmark. It's done now. I got it. I got it. I think you do too. Honestly, you probably already understood it before I did. But you already know what your situation is more than I do. I have to kind of piece it together. Show me the Empress, please. 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 Three of Cups just tried to pop out. I was going to say, I'm for at least half of you, you know this person. Okay. Show me this Empress, please. And for those of you who do know this person, they've had feelings for you. They've always kind of had feelings for you. Perhaps you know that, perhaps you don't. I just know that you will be connecting and or reconnecting with them, and it's your next. Congratulations. The Empress, please. Show me the Empress, please. Queen of Wands. This is not that other person. The energy is completely different. I would tell you. This is someone who personifies the Queen of Wands energy correctly, not incorrectly. The incorrect Queen of Wands energy is someone who is bitchy, angry, starts arguments for no reason, hold unnecessary grudges, will not let things go, remember shit that happened 20 years ago just to use it against you later. That's negative Queen of Wands. This is positive Queen of Wands. I have passion, I have direction, I have ambition, I kick ass, I take names. Baby, do you want in on this? And by the way, I bought an extra sexy outfit just for you. That's who the Queen of Wands is. She knows what's up. And it's over the Empress. Very productive, very passionate, very seductive, very loving, generous. Like I said, it's your next congratulations. Okay, anything else please about this energy? Show me. Show me. Told you. That's your next congratulations. Dum dum da dum. Dum dum da dum. Reflection. Capricorn, for some of you, the person you are exiting, possibly Aquarius or a combination of heavy Aquarian and or Capricorn. That's very specific, so it does not apply to all of you. It is an FYI, and the only reason I'm reporting it at this time is because the repeating energies are literally under the deck. So I've got a King of Seven. There it is. It's going all the way back there. 7 of Wands. We saw it. King of Swords. Saw it. 10 of Swords. Saw it. 2 of Pentacles. Saw it. And when it comes to specifically what you opened up with, the 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, which is how you opened up with the false Queen of Wands, the direct energy under that was Capricorn and or Aquarius. They could be a combination of those two energies. Strong placements in both. But that's where the tension has been underlying. A false star or a codependent star. You know. But enough about that. Like I said, by the time, I promise you, honey, by the time you get here, by the time you get to this point, you understand now what justice actually is. By the time you get here, you'll be ready to let them go. And when you do, you have something magnificent for you. It is your next congratulations. It is your next commitment. And of someone of high-ranking energy. And I don't just mean energy, I mean real world appeal, life partner stuff. Okay? This is someone who can commit a lot of their energy towards you and wants to. They have a great deal of emotional depth to you. You may not have known how much, but it does look like they might have kept their feelings for you secret for a very long time, that kind of thing. For others of you, it is new. So some of you, you already know who this is. Okay? I told you it's a half and half thing. I just know that this is triumphant, but not arrogant. Like I said, it was like you were already headed in this direction with the Knight of Pentacles on the precipice of an exit. A soul bond is someone of high value who will commit to you. Okay? So, that explains a little bit more about this. A little cheeky, but we'll take it. It's like, oh, I feel a lot better now, Christina. Now that I'm not trying to balance up with it, somebody who just can't or won't trust that love will keep us alive. Oh, did I just quote the Eagles? Did I just quote the Eagles? Love will keep us alive. Oh my God, did I just quote the Eagles? I mean, there's anything wrong with that. It's a certain level of cheese, you know. It's love will keep us alive, whatever it is. Okay, it's like somebody, they don't have that feeling that all will be well in time. It's kind of like, I'm done with the time. I'm done. I want unnecessary grudges, arguments, frustrations. That's enough of that. Okay. For some of you, as I said, not till a year. For others of you, possibly by October or by next October. For some of you, I'm sorry, I'm seeing a year outward from this, which makes sense. But you feel it. You feel it. This is one of my more favorite readings. Not because things are so, not because of the beautiful ending or the happy ending, Gemini. It's not like that. It's recognizing things for what they are and stop trying to make a round circle peg fit into a square hole. I mean, I will see that endlessly with people. Keep trying to force something to come together that won't. And they just won't do what's in their best interest. Right? So I promise you, by the time you get to this point, you will be ready to let them go. Can I see this ace, please? The Fool. Fool's journey has no reference point, but I will say this. Your new journey will begin on the condition of the exit, as we've seen. So the Fool has no number reference. He is literally 0. His journey begins whenever he decides to step outside his front door. So this new chapter of your life opens up on the precedence of when you exit the other. Okay. Okay. The Hermit. The next, for some of you, the 29th is confirmation for some reason. I don't know why. But there you go. For some of you, the 29th is some sort of confirmation. Also, Virgo season, for some of you, that's when you're going to begin to contemplate, well, now, I should say, these things. The decision-making, the Two of Wands I saw back here, the contemplation of healing consequences. Where's this going? What's it about? Can it be fixed? Some of you have begun that process now. Okay, communicating outwards, 8. Yeah, so some of you are in that place now where you're talking about how can we balance this, how can we fix this. We have a foundation here, let's do the best we can to work for it or abide by it. Because my foundation's important, I think it is to you too. So you're in this stage now, many of you, where you're still trying to compromise, okay, with your person. So that's happening now in Virgo season, but inevitably, that's when I'm more interested. When does the Tower become more of a reality? By your next first season? By Gemini season. Let's call it May. May to June. I was looking at death while contemplating the Tower, and I got one distinct answer. So yes, these things don't happen overnight. Realistically, they shouldn't. Otherwise, you'd be rushing and most likely fucking up. You have to learn things. Oh, see, well, that was my first F-bomb, so that's okay. Sometimes you have to go through things the hard way to understand what your conclusion's supposed to be. And people who do these kind of things overnight are going to get very overnight half-assed results. We don't want that, okay? Some of you are going to have to go through it in order to exit it. And many of you are back here, now, here in Virgo season, trying to contemplate the balance, how to fix it, how to make it correct, right? But by your next season, that's when this process begins to kick off a bit more. And then upon the exit of that, you open into this. Okay? All right. I have a little mirror over here for those moments when I like to be extra OCD, which I'm not. I am not. And if you are, that's okay, you know, so long as you have it managed. But the thing is, I'm not OCD. Some of us have standards about our appearance, okay? And we like to maintain those standards. That's just how it is. I saw loose hair, and I fixed it. Yeah, I'm a little different. Z. That's it, really? The initial Z. Fantastic. Well, I hope that was helpful to you. The Stingray. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Does not have to be, but there. And then also the Seashell. Heavy water energy here. Specifically Cancer and Scorpio. It does not have to be. I don't know if that's exiting or entry energy. I couldn't tell you. But also the emotionality here. Heavy. C. The cat, of course, the intuition. I saw that for you later when your energy opens up magnificently. And then the cloud. I've been seeing this more and more lately. I can't say I'm surprised now, given how many thunderstorms we've had. But clouds, perhaps where you are right now, it's raining, or this is just your mood. You're down. You're a little depressed. Especially if you're over here in that identification stage of like, well, how come I approach this with my best feeling and maybe they don't? I'm confused by that. That has really strong implications in it. And it's going to make this ending process easier. You attack it swiftly. You want to be gone, be gone. Let me help you with that. I call the moving truck. Anyway, I know it seems like a downer, but every cloud has a silver lining, and I know that you're a Gemini with that particular optimism. Okay, you understand that, and you need to connect with somebody who has that as well. CZ, I said that. Small dog. I've been getting this every damn read for the past week. Terrier, Yorkie, Chihuahua, small dog, confirmation E, and then the Capricorn medallion. Again, some of you might have Capricorn in your chart. You could be dealing with one. Okay, so what was that? You're very close to achieving your goal. It may not seem like a goal to you because obviously your goal is to heal this connection and to make it work and to help appease your partner, whatever that is, to give them that reassurance that they so desperately need. They're not getting it, so they take it out on you, which just tells me they're not happy and they don't know how to deal with it or own it. So I know it seems like a really weird kind of goal, but in a way, if you really are looking for a way to balance this situation, you're going to get it. It's just not in the form you thought it would be. The balance that you come up with is like, you know what, this is by far the easiest balance I've tried to come up with. You want to go? You're so miserable, you're so angry, you're so frustrated, you're so pissed off, you're so unhappy. I think I know how to balance now. This, I can see why relaxing and just opening up to love and just letting things flow wasn't good enough for you. I get that now. For that to happen, I'd have to know that you had stronger feelings for me other than frustration or anger. So, there you are. Gemini, put in the comments as you see fit. What you are opening up to is magnificent and someone who clearly is better suited to you. They have a strong sense of will, desire, drive, productivity, loving, very strong, loving energy. You may not even know to the extent of it with the moon. You may not know how much that person is emotionally committed to you and how that they can show that to you in the real world. You may not know. I think you have an idea of who that person is. I don't think you know to the degree to which they are able to just roll into a life with you in a way that's healthy, productive, and terribly loving. It's beautiful. But yes, it is your next congratulations. Should I say commitment? And one again that is better suited to you. Okay. Yeah, let me know if this helped you, yeah? And I'll see you in a couple of weeks, which I believe I'm doing Intimate Tarot. It's been a while since I've done that. So take care. Be well.